All right, good morning, good afternoon. Back again for another Toonkind at 12 FPS. I'm Kraken, and today I'll be playing as Craigory Danthew. With me today is...
Hi, I'm RJ. I will be playing the titular Fu Lardi.
Yeah, because the title of this thing is... Well, it's Fu Lardi, not Foolhardy.
We shall see if he lives up to his namesake.
And with that, I think we open up. RJ, what's Fu doing right now?
Well, that is entirely dependent upon the time of day. Probably about noon, right? That sound right?
Yeah, we'll say noon. Solidly
Cool.
midday.
He is probably in that case, waiting around town for Mr. Danthew, because he has been told that you would like to meet.
Yep, Fu did get a letter, essentially. Just, time and place. It wasn't really a suggestion, which is a little weird. Maybe, you don't know. Does Fu know Craigory well enough to say anything about anyone?
He
Who
doesn't.
knows? But yeah, I take it Fu is on time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Probably even early. Like doesn't wanna risk disappointing his hero.
What an eager little beaver. Well, the clock further somewhere out in town strikes noon, and pretty much precisely on the last bell, Fu does catch sight of, his hero, Craigory Danthew, coming down the street. Would Fu like
Awesome.
to roll perception at all?
Yes. Oh my fucking god.
Oh? That could be a few things.
Remember how I said he'd either get it immediately or not at all?
Yeah, which is it? Hell! This is what I get for asking first thing.
Yep. Wow, this is going to be interesting.
I did this to me.
Okay.
The title card is accurate, folks. Oh god.
Boy.
All right,
Oh
so
boy.
just in case our losing it wasn't clear, that's a nat 20 with the -1 modifier because Fu's a little dummy in that sense, but nat 20. Fu, this is your hero. You know everything there is to know about Craigory Danthew ever, obviously. You are the expert. So, as this wizard approaches you, Fu may not be very wise, but he is pretty smart. And a few things start tweaking at once. For one, as per the title card, there's just a big, huge cloak that the guy is wearing, which is not the usual attire. Particularly covering the right side, which is where his arm is wonky. That seems a little strange. Second, there just seems to be something uncanny about the appearance as a whole. Is it something about the texture? Is it something about the way he's walking? Is it the posture? Is it He seems a little smaller. It's like there's a bunch of things all kind of coalescing into an overall uneasy sense. And yeah, Fu, that's a nat 20. You look at this person, that is not your hero, Craigory Danthew.
Oh boy, okay.
But
All
he
right.
arrives and just, Oh, hey, you're on time. Hi, Fu.
Hey, Mr. Danthew, sir. Uh, nice cape. That's new.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of change of pace. Also, uh, the arm's a little unsightly right now. There's work being done on it. It's not quite ready, so just avoid people staring and all that. But hey, listen, I've been thinking. I have some questions for you. So, is there anywhere we can talk in private?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I know a place we can go. Um, uh, uh, yeah. If you wanna, just gestures over his shoulder, kind of semi awkwardly.
Or just gestures with own left hand. Lead the way.
Yep.
And it's just Edgar's gonna walk behind Fu because Fu is leading the way,
Yep.
as is the nature of things. You know, nothing bad about that. How's Fu feeling?
Uh, I think there is very much an oh god, oh fuck running through his head right now. But he's going to lead this man that is not his hero, Craigory Danthew, um into into one of the parks around, I think. Kind of like little sequestered off corner or something like that.
All right, all right.
Make sure that should spells go flying, people won't immediately be caught in the crossfire.
Yeah, straddling the line between that and generally having been known that there are indeed spells being fired. uh, but yeah, Craigory follows easily. There seems to be no concern on this front. When, they arrive and Fu kind of makes a gesture like this is the spot. Craigory or Craigory question mark does look around as if figuring out. Basically, Fu's made sure that no one's around to get hit if anything goes wrong. Craigory is checking, it seems, to see if people are around that could overhear.
Okay. 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 Cool.
But apparently satisfied, turns around back to Fu and is going to. I don't know if there's a bench nearby or if they're just going to keep standing.
There can be a bench nearby. Um. Okay. Question is that's a 16. Okay. Question. What is not Craigory's passive perception, and does a 20 beat it?
Good question. So 20 beats the passive perception.
Okay, sick. Alright. Good to know. That's a surprise tool that will help us later.
So, Fu, listen. If Fu has taken a seat, Craigory has not.
Cool. Okay.
So,
Love that.
yeah. I mentioned in my letter that I had more thoughts about the research we're doing. I've had what could be a breakthrough, and I need your opinion. That's why we're working together after all. You have insights and experience I don't, and two minds are better than one. So I have some questions, and I just need your feedback, opinions, and thoughts.
Yeah, sure, sure. Lay it on me, sir. Happy to help.
So, first off, you're a black pudding. You
Mm-hmm.
are more familiar with that, it being your own creation. Have you had any more thought on what makes your pudding and my Jello different?
Uh, well, um, for one thing, the pudding was about as sentient as most other types of oozes. Uh, j-
Yes,
j-
that's obvious, but do you have any
uh,
further thoughts on as to why that is? Or rather, why my creation was sentient while you, reverse engineering what you could, did not manage the same?
uh, ooh. If I had to guess, it would probably be due to the original ingredients. Some impurity or uh some extra reagent that maybe I didn't use or something like that.
Mm.
Or perhaps the environment. I
Both make sense, yes. Those are both factors that are worth looking into. And considering Fu's answering, I'm just wondering, does Fu need to do a deception or performance at all to hide his unease?
um we'll do. They are the same fucking modifier, which is a +3. Fu is not a good actor, except for raw crats and 18 on the dice. It's a fucking 21, maybe?
All right, yeah. Fu's doing pretty good.
It is just purely his raw charisma that is getting him through this.
All right, there's a considering look, and then follow up question. Writing off your nat 20 sort of perception from earlier, or actually, you know what? Hey, let's do a new one.
Oh,
Perception
goodness.
or insight?
That. Oh my god. Fu. Fu. Fu, please, honey.
What?
One minus one is 0.
Holy shit!
Fu. Honey.
Well, meanwhile, not Craigory is going to be. Now we're getting to the meat of things. We're going to do a performance.
God. 15, okay.
15 versus a goddamn 0.
15 versus a modified 0.
Who's a little too focused on everything else.
Yep. There is so much happening right now.
Everything happens so much. For the listeners, Fu, if he were not sweating bullets right now, probably might have noticed that this Craigory is very still versus other times where they've met up and discussed things. Or Craigory at this point would probably be like pacing and hand gestures stimming all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Gods.
All right, follow up from that. Fu. Since we last met, have you attempted any recreation at all with the new knowledge we've shared with each other?
No. I, like, you, you like, I don't exactly have a lab space right now, so I can't really do most of my alchemical work. Don't really have a sleeping space that's permanent either, but that's fine. It's fine. Don't I'm good.
Head tilts, and that's unfortunate.
I mean, I got tiny hut. It's not too bad. But no, I haven't really been able to do any experiments much.
That really is an oversight. How are you supposed to progress if you cannot experiment and attempt to recreate with the knowledge gained? That'll have to be fixed.
Hmm.
But
I yeah.
do
I mean, there's more ways to progress than just. I think we made pretty good progress without recreating things.
purely theory. It doesn't prove anything, it doesn't make anything different.
Well, yeah, but theoretical science is still science.
It is. Hmm. And Craigory appears to be thinking for a moment. Has any of this information been shared with anyone else?
I mean, not like I've really got anyone to share it with. So unless you've talked to people about it, then no. This is it's all stuff you should know.
Of
I
course I
mean,
do.
you've probably been busy, so it would make sense if you'd forgotten a couple things, but
What have I said that indicates I've forgotten anything? This is a check in. This is, as I said, brainstorming and feedback.
uh-huh. It feels slightly more like an interrogation, I'll be honest.
My apologies, it's been a while since we caught up on all this.
Uh-huh.
On that note, any further research or even reading, remind me the reading you did when originally creating your black pudding. Because I really don't think there was quite a lot of information about the jello, so you must have reversed engineered from other sources.
Oh, yeah. Uh, I read through different different kinds of bestiaries, some first-hand accounts from adventurers who'd encountered things like that. Uh, a lot of this think pieces, you know. Scientist tries to figure out how an ooze might be made. This is fairly common shit.
All the same, not everyone would have thought to go to mere stories and hearsay. So,
Well,
it's clever.
rumors are the best way to get information. It might take you a bit to puzzle out the actual truth from the gossip, but it's always worth eavesdropping on what people have to say. Sometimes they'll say something that will give themselves away.
Indeed. Now, you're right. This has been a bit of an interrogation. Turns more fully to face you. it's time I shared what I've been working on, what I've been thinking about. I started with you so that we could get to the same page because my thoughts might be a little revolutionary.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. This is fine. This is fine.
What's that?
It's not fine, but this is fine.
What's
16.
What's at 16?
That's another oh my god, oh my god. Maintain composure. Check. Oh god. 16 plus 16.
Plus 16.
Oh my god. Okay. Upright. This is fine.
So, yeah, that 16 doesn't pass that insight check.
No, it doesn't. Fucking plus 16? God! He'd have to roll a 15 or better, and you roll a nat 1. Christ's sakes.
So, I take it Craigory can tell Fu is quite nervous.
Yep.
Would you say it's fair that not Craigory can tell Fu? He's kind of onto them.
Fu has progressed beyond nervous and is now working his way toward terrified. And may or may not be standing to put the bench between them.
Now, where are you going? Progress is nothing to be scared of. I simply have questions for you. Now,
well,
yes, Mr. Lardi.
well, progress can be scary, a little bit, depending on what exactly it is you're progressing.
It's true. You know, I rather suspect the guild has some notion of what I'm about to say and would keep this information suppressed when you attempt to publish. So here's my question. Have you ever heard of a thaumaveor?
Has he ever heard of a thaumaveor? I'm gonna roll Arcana for this.
Nice.
Yes, he has. God. He has way heard of a thaumaveor. Or at the very least, he knows what one is.
What one in theory is, yep.
What one in theory is, if not, like, he probably wouldn't know of one actually, himself, personally, but he knows what one is and what it would do, and oh, that is a loaded question!
Just curiously waiting for the answer.
A thaumaveor is a creature that eats magic. Usually theorized to exist in places like the Underdark. Maybe the Valley.
I didn't ask you what a thaumaveor is. I asked if you thought the Jello could qualify as one. Think of the difference in behavior. That little magic shop you were stuck running, where the Jello you had hidden behind it likely would have been drained of magic long before you showed it. Versus the Jello, which was constantly seeking magical sources in the forest.
I'm not sure I like where this question is headed.
I thought we agreed progress was not a bad thing.
progress in and of itself is not a bad thing, but it's what you do with that progress that makes it not great necessarily.
And what do you think I would do with this information? You almost sound like you don't trust me. RJ, are you alive?
Yup. There, he makes a very uncertain, hesitant sound that I guess my mic didn't pick up on.
Okay.
Kind of giving you this look of, maybe I don't trust you.
Just your honest opinion, based on your observation of the Jello firsthand, its behavior. Do you think it is a thomivore?
I It sought out areas of magic to sustain itself. It seemed to feed off of that magic. So, by definition, yes, it is a thomivore.
The smile on Craigory's face is very wrong. It looks just, that nat 20 earlier, this uncanniness that Fu originally picked up, that is back full force.
Mm-hmm. Alright, okay. Oh,
That is very helpful. It's always best to have a second opinion.
You're not thinking of using Gelosity for something, are you? She's happy where she is. We shouldn't disturb her.
Well, seeing as she's a Danthew's creation, I don't quite see how that is your concern.
It's my concern because that's a sentient being. That
It's compelling, but ultimately simply compelling. There were a lot of uses for a thomivore. And I think Craigory had been starting to lean over slightly because... Hey, Fu, remind me how tall you are again?
Fu is 5'11".
Okay. I think it's fair then to say this close and paying some attention. Craigory seems a little bit shorter. Still taller than you. But a little shorter. You wanna do one last perception or insight here?
Fucking flip-flopping ass! Jesus Christ!
Is that 20? God. Yeah. There's something fucking wrong with this tune, Fu. This is bad juju.
Bad juju.
Just the
Okay.
uncanny sense this close and this long is a lot. It's the expression, it's the posture, it's the shifting tone of voice. It's just everything's bad, wrong, and it's not even all behavior. It's just literally in the physical appearance. And was that perception or insight that was rolled?
Insight.
Okay. Then, yeah, they'll mostly be going to the behaviors, but there's also that cloak that Craigory's been wearing the whole time. Craigory hasn't been moving like the arm underneath is damaged or in repairs, or not even that it's like all missing, it's just hidden. And there is a clasp that's holding the cloak together, and that's also hidden.
Okay.
And Craigory leans back and stands up straight. This has been very productive, Mr. Lardi.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Fu takes a step back. And so this won't be a disadvantage. You remember the surprise tool that I mentioned earlier?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, first and foremost, let's deal with the spell, and then we can deal with the surprise tool that helps us later. So, does a dirty 20 hit your AC?
Combat tab. Yes, it does.
Sick. Okay. I don't have nearly enough d4s on me for this.
Oh, God.
Okay, so that's 4, 5, 6, 8, 4. You take 15 points of acid damage.
Okay.
And then take another 9 points of acid damage on the start of your next turn. And I need to roll because he whistles as well, and a raven comes swooping down out of the tree that he summoned earlier, because that's his familiar. Never mind, it doesn't do anything, because that's not one.
It was gonna try
and grab the edge of the cloak to flip it in your face.
Damn.
But it doesn't work.
Damn, so that would have been cool as hell.
Shit! Shit! And bolts!
Roll a, I believe it's wisdom saving throw.
Oh, bollocks. Okay. Alright. Great. It's a great save right there! No! God.
Where'd the damn spell go? Oh, well, yeah, that's not gonna matter. I don't have to check. Yeah, Fu, you've been hold personated, and I think this is the point where I get to mute myself. Hex, get in here.
So, not Craigory. You hear him approaching from behind you, Fu. And he very calmly just, now where do you think you're going?
Can't speak, he's paralyzed.
I know. So they step around in front. They still look like Craigory. They have not changed. But they drop the hold person for now.
Stumble back.
Yep. You know, I was quite content to have this just be a little question and answer session, Mr. Lardi. You did not have to get violent.
I don't know what the hell you want with the Thomivore, but you're not using Gelosity for that. That is the Raven attempting to sneak away. It probably doesn't work, because your fucking passive perception is stupid high.
Uh, yeah, no, it doesn't sneak away.
It's gonna be fucking flying away. You wanna do something about that, or you're just gonna let it?
No, let's see here. What do we got? What do we got that we can hit the Raven with? It's just, you know what? We'll just fucking go with boop boop boop.
Kingdom for a fucking counter spell.
Huh?
My kingdom for a counter spell. God damn it. The one time I don't give him fucking counter spell.
I mean, Bird can try to make an int save.
I have to double check. Does being a familiar modify its stats at all? I don't think it does, but.
I don't think it does.
Ba, 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 ba. That's not bad. Oh, no, it's not good either.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
13.
No. No.
No.
No. Sorry.
Yeah.
So, that's not how you type that. That's how you type that.
This thing has like. This thing has like 1 hit point.
Yep, it's gone. It just falls out. Like, Craigory makes a motion with his left hand, and it just falls out of the sky.
It just vanishes. It just discorporates.
Yep. And it just, well, I don't need that particular jello for what I plan to do, so long as I am able to recreate it. Which I had hoped to gain a little more insight in today, but it seems I will have to keep trying. They are standing in front of you, and all pretense is gone. Like, it was gone to begin with, but it is definitely gone now.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. What? What the hell do you want with the thaumativore?
I have a mission, you could say, that requires the removal of a deific amount of magic. As in, like, deity. Just FYI.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's not gonna work.
Now, why would you say that?
Because a thaumativore is a lot of things, but eating god magic?
It doesn't need to remove it entirely, just weaken it enough for a transference of a sort.
Who the hell are you, and what did you do with Craigory?
You don't need to worry. Mr. Danthew is perfectly safe.
You'll have to fucking forgive me if I fucking doubt that!
So, they kind of bow their head in a, sort of an acquiesce, and they just, Craigory's form begins to shift and shrink. And everybody knows, but we're gonna describe it again for the recording. He gets considerably shorter, And that cloak that was just covering the right half now becomes a full-on cloak, complete with hood. It's green, it's multi-tiered, it's covering all of their face, except all you can see from it are a pair of glowing green eyes. And Boo, do you want to maybe roll to see if you know of who this is?
Yeah, what am I rolling?
History.
Oh my god, that's a nat 20.
You know, like, they don't even need to introduce themselves. Fu, you instantly know who the hell this is.
God, okay. Alright. Cool, 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 cool. Okay, alright. Okay, alright, okay.
Judging by your expression, you know who I am, but for the sake of politeness, you may refer to me as the Thrall.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I can assure you, Mr. Danthew is, well, he is in my care.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright. uh, uh, okay, alright, okay, alright, okay, alright, uh, uh, well,
They are just standing and staring at you, patiently waiting to see what you'll do with that information.
cool, 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 cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Make me an insight check really quick.
All right. It's a 21.
Okay, okay, alright. Um, you can see that he is very clearly trying to stall and think of a plan.
Uh-huh. They tilt their head ever so slightly to one side. I have no intention of having you join, Mr. Danthew, if that is your fear, Mr. Lardi. Your answers were, as far as you and I were aware, honest, and I would hope to the best of your ability. And that was all that I had come. That is all that I had come seeking.
Yeah, it's not really what I was concerned about. I'm gonna be real with you, Chief.
Oh.
Oh come on, you live in Toonland. Surely you know the tropes. When the bad guy reveals this much information to the side character, that side character doesn't make it out alive.
That would be implying that the that would be implying that the bad guy is the main villain of this plot. And I have no intention of being noticed by the plot yet.
Oh, you poor sod. It's a little bit late for that.
Oh, I know this and you know this, but don't worry about it.
Oh no, that's set in character. You, you kidnapped Mr. Danthew. I think it's safe to assume. You've already been noticed by the plot. It's too late for that.
Oh, I did no kidnapping. This was a fair trade.
Doesn't matter. You're still holding him, and there will be people who want to get him back. So you have been noticed, and it will come for you.
That is a pity. But I suppose it cannot be helped.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Alright.
So are you saying you want me then to treat you like the side character?
Absolutely not! Um, he is going to cast Polymorph and turn himself into a Moorbounder and attempts to run the fuck away again. I don't know if you know this. A Moorbounder has a movement speed of 70 feet.
Oh, damn. Nice.
So he is fucking bolting.
Well, let's see here. So, yep, nope, that's out of range. Good job there.
Yep. He is 140 feet out of range on his first move. So,
You know, I think that actually gets out of the way of pretty much, yeah, pretty much everything that would potentially be very bad for him.
cool.
Yep. Yep.
Thank
Yep,
fuck for Polymorph.
Thank fuck for Polymorph. I could do that, but I'm not gonna be that mean. We're not gonna be that mean. We're not doing that. So as he's running, before he does get out of range, he does hear the thrall say, I'll give your regards to Mr. Danthew when I return. But from what you can tell, they are not chasing you.
Sick. I think Fu would make a beeline for Mr. Danthew's house in the hopes that maybe the mouse Pip, that was the name, the Pip would be home, or maybe he would find someone who could direct him to Lynn, because oh god, this is way above his pay grade as a side character.
You know what? That's fair. That is completely fair. Yeah, you get away. Congrats, Boo.
Gods.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, when Fu gets there, the house is empty. No one's home at the moment.
Damn it. Okay, secondary plan. Find someone who can direct him to Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
Does Fu have a particular idea for that, or is he just...
Just fucking panicked running around? Probably drops the polymorph once he gets into more populous areas, because he can run 80 feet at the very least. Because his stone is still in speedy dash mode. Ask around. Hey, do you know where Detective Lynn's stagehand is? Do you know where I can find her? That would be great if you could tell me right now, please.
I imagine you'll be eventually successful. But, I think unless Fu's got something else, that's kind of...
We iris out on Fu teleporting to Halloween Town, finding Satan's Requiem and kicking the door in like, Lynn, holy fuck!
Nice. Excellent. Good job, Fu.
He knows what his role is, he knows what he's about.
Nicely done, Fu.
Fu beloved, what's Thrall doing in the meantime?
I'm Fu now? Okay.
I mean, listen. Maybe Thrall disguises as Fu on the way back. I don't know.
You know. Well, Thrall makes their way back to, basically like the back alley market, back to their tent, steps through the back curtain and is back in their manor, and they're just they're returning back to their lair, I guess would be the best. I'll just call it what it is. You know, it's their lair at this point. And they catch sight of someone in there. Kraken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think Craigory would have known exactly what Thrall was going out to do, because they probably weren't subtle at all.
Oh, no, they were not. Are you kidding?
No. So he's just been waiting, and he's gonna roll an insight, because the wizard's scared. Like, there is just this intense look at you, Thrall.
Yeah, understandable.
12 to figure out on whether Fu is still, like, you know, all right.
Thrall catches the look and very calmly just, Mr. Lardi is well, Mr. Danthew. I did not harm him physically in any way.
Well, that speaks nothing for emotionally or psychologically, but Craigory supposes that'll have to do.
Mm-hmm.
So just...
And then, as an aside, you might be a little happy to know he's running to get a cavalry, I assume.
Yeah,
We'll see how successful they are.
Yep, that gets a reaction out of Craigory. Just,
Mm-hmm.
It's going to... No, a 6 does not hide the, you know, the look of hope. It's, you know, for just a timeline's sake, it's, he's been here a bit.
Mm-hmm. The look Thrall gives, with that 12, you've been there enough to kind of get their micro expressions a bit. And you definitely get amusement from them with that look. And they just calmly, you are not leaving here unless I say you may, cavalry or not. You better hope that they are civil when they arrive.
6 performance still, the or deception. Yeah, Craigory does not have particularly high hopes that people will be civil.
Well, then we shall see what happens when they arrive. Come, Mr. Danthew, there is something that I am wanting to look into.
And Craigory follows without much hesitation at all, because he can't not. He can't not.
He can't not. His eyes are a very lovely shade of green right now. And I believe that's where we'll call it.
RJ, thank you for being such a great sport.
No worries.
Good stuff. I'm going to end my recording now. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.